today we are in a rush, okay? We do not have time for all the makeup stuff that we be doing, but I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like when you rushing. So I'm gonna use my new stick that I got from Ulta today. And do some, what do they call it? Underpainting. I tried this on Sunday. I mean, I didn't mind it. It wasn't bad. Let's take a bronzer on my head. Okay, let's go. Crazy right now. Dang, I think I put too much foundation because I'm rushing, and so it's like turning out crazy. Let's see. I make mistakes with my makeup too. In a minute, I'm gonna just cover all this. Thank you. Like, I am recording this time for sure. Like, girl, why did I put that much foundation on my face? Like, why you didn't tell me that looks crazy? It's okay. They be calling this underpainting. I don't know. I don't think I want to underpaint because it's like defeating the purpose every time I do it. Like, just go ahead and put this foundation on. Go ahead, put it on up and then. Y'all know I'm rushing because, like, that was just pointless. That was just so pointless. But here we are doing pointless stuff sometimes. Pivot. We're pivoting. Whatever left is on our brush, we're gonna put it on our nose and our forehead. Because I accidentally put too much makeup on my face. I forgot what I was doing, honestly, if I'm being honest with you. So since I'm actually talking to y'all while I'm doing my makeup, I figure we could have a little discussion. I actually have two discussions in this video. The first discussion will be the importance of preparation. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfected in preparation, but God, yesterday, he just made it so plain to me that you are not going to get blessed with something you are not prepared for, okay? And we could use Joseph and David, because I like both of their stories in the Bible. But our church was just doing a Bible study about Joseph, and just like all he had to go through. I should talk about Moses. We could talk about Moses. We could talk about the children of Israel. We could talk about everybody in the Bible, really. Ruth, Esther. But the Bible just preaches, okay? The Bible preaches by itself. All that extra additives, we don't need that. Y'all could have it. But I just want to talk about preparation, how you're not going to get anything you're praying for if God don't take you through a process of preparation. And you better hope that you got the capacity to go through that process, because it sounds like you don't got to do nothing. You just got to get prepared, but it's a lot of work, okay? It's a lot of work. And I would just use, because I'm already past this season in my life and I'm grateful to be where I am with my husband. But like me and my husband, it took a lot of work to get where we are today. And just the little simple fact that there was preparation we had to do. We had to do preparation before that, before even getting here. Like, if we're going to be honest, I really like how that lavender, what is it? Is it lavender? Lilac. It's lilac. I really like that lilac color. But it takes preparation. And if you are not prepared, honey, you're not gonna be able to stand under the amount of weight. That's like going to the gym. Like every time you go to the gym, you're preparing for the next workout, because today's amount of weight and pressure you could hold is not the same amount of weight and pressure you may be able to hold in 7 days. And don't judge me, y'all, because I be using the same weights every time I go to the gym. I'm like, I'm not strong enough. But I think this is a good topic, because just the preparation of what you want and what you're praying for is that, can you even be trusted with the weight of what you're asking God to do? Like when my husband and I, before we even got married and we were thinking about getting married, it was so much work that we both had to do before we even got to each other. And once we got to each other, it was still work, because baby, I put that man through the ringer. Now, he's a very good man, Savannah. And I really, I am grateful that he went through the work that he went through, because if he came unprepared, he would have left. Okay? Just like y'all be saying, sis, leave him, because he not doing right, girl. His homies would have been telling him, bruh, leave her. She is a headache. Now, I wasn't that bad, but, dang, that's some pink stuff. But I just, his preparation allowed him to be able to not even tolerate, but his preparation allowed him to be able to withstand when he could have just been like, okay, bye, girl. I'll see you when you is not this person. And same, things in marriage are a lot easier than people try to make it seem. People love painting marriage as just this hard thing. People are married for 50, 180,000 years. And y'all, this generation love making it seem like everything's so hard for us. Y'all just a little weak generation. Okay, let me chill. Let me chill. But I'm kidding. I'm kind of not kidding, actually. However, I think if you do not allow God to process you and prepare you through the process, like this is the word, you are not going to be able to do anything that you are asking God to help you do. Okay. And I just mean that in the most sincerest way possible, because a lot of people, and I myself is included, I'm not speaking as someone who has obtained. I'm speaking as someone who is going through the journey of preparation in multiple different ways. And I just love mistake after mistake after mistake today. Okay. And I don't even care. I'm rushing. I have somewhere to be. And just the mere fact that I'm even on this video talking to y'all is enough. Okay. So, concealer brush. Perfect. But yeah, what was I saying? Holy Spirit, bring it back. If it's meant for me to say it, then bring it back. But if it's not meant for me to say it, let's move on like we just didn't, I don't speak as someone who have obtained. I am working towards this myself. I bring my body under subjection every single day so that I am not a castaway. Okay. Find yourself preaching and then the whole time you just, who are you? We never knew you. But I want to talk about, no, I should have put that on my whole lip. But I want to just say, like, preparation really allows you to go through the process as if it's a light and easy thing. Like, I remember somebody told me that, like, when you allow God to process you and you go through that process with God and you allow him to prepare you with God, like with God, you're being prepared and processed. When it's time for you to do and be the things that God wants you to do and be, it looks on the outer like, oh my goodness, how are they doing those things? Like, how is that even, how are you managing the process, the preparation that you went through? It will sustain you even when other people are like, I don't see how you are managing all these things. And now I'm not saying doing too much, but like marriage for me is a light thing. But that's because we went through the process and we went through the preparation together, and we have weathered some storms together, and Jesus have mercy. Okay. Anyway, yes. So all those things, like Preparation, preparation, preparation. And you will actually quite literally be surprised at how much of the process has so much little to do with what you asked for and more so about you. Yes, I'm looking at you. Preparation and process ain't got nothing to do with that thing. It has a lot to do with you. Yep, girl, I'm talking to you. Yes, brother, if you watching this, I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Process, preparation is not for the item. It's not for the blessing. It's not for the, it's for you. And I say that like in a stare down, because even lately, like our confession, our perspective, our confession, our attitude, our behavior, all the things, like all the things. If we have continually and repetitively told ourselves what we can't do, what we can't be, and now it's time for us to do and be all those things that we said we couldn't be, that's a process. That's some preparation to prepare you in your mind. God preparing you in your mind, not nothing you did, not nothing you manifested, but God through his word preparing you and processing you. Because I'm in that season right now. Like, I'm going through a process that I don't think I'm not qualified to do things, but when you've heard growing up the evil things that people say about you, you'll be just like this person and you'll never be anything. And your attitude is going to stop you and hinder you and this and that if you don't ever get your attitude together. First of all, the things that adults say to kids and children is ridiculous. Secondly, the amount of distaste that adults have for children who are not submitted to them. Not saying kids shouldn't be submitted, but just like, you didn't train them in the way that they, okay. And that's the devil. The devil will speak through whoever opened their mouth and be a willing vessel. Like, you a willing vessel to God. The devil wants a willing vessel to stop the plans of God in our life. And sometimes your family be the first people to be that. So yeah. Preparation in the process has a lot to do with us, because God has to get that stuff out of us. So lies that the enemy used our family to say, like, you gonna be just like so-and-so. It takes a process to start to believe, like, I'm actually not gonna be like so-and-so. So-and-so is not me and I'm not them. And that's not that. And so preparation, when we go through the preparation and we go through preparation properly, you will begin to see how the preparation was less about you being good enough or qualifying for it. Because if we honest, God's grace say we get what we really don't deserve, right? But he gave us what we don't deserve and didn't give us what we do deserve, grace and mercy. However, when we talk about it, it's very important to realize that God don't want us not to have what he has for us, which is why I just am obsessed with him, okay? Not because of what he be doing for me, but just like, dang, I was raggedy and you didn't want me to miss it. And I was like trying to miss it. But preparation in us allows us to be able and capable of holding the blessing and holding the miracle. So I think that preparation with God, baby, because when God prepares you, there's a Bible verse that says that God disciplines us, and discipline just means training. Discipline means correcting us. When God does do it, he doing it for us to not miss what he's doing. When our parents discipline us, they doing it based on what they think is right for us. Okay, girl. think we're going a little crazy with the pink today, okay? So much pink, so much. This is the thing. Today is just supposed to be for fun, but as y'all can see, that was pigmented. I'm just tired of my blush being gone when I get home from church, okay? So I'm like, oh no, I need some powder. Powder is really, it be doing it for me. It be doing it for me. It just be doing it for me. So I'm just pressing in that powder in my face, that blush in my face. I'm going to then, I did the pressed powder underneath my eyes. I'm going to now take my setting powder from this is setting powder from setting powder from Morphe, y'all. I can't believe I'm actually talking to y'all while I'm doing my makeup, because I do not do that. That is not my style, but y'all know that. Okay, so preparation, everybody got to go through it. Preparation for the process is the process. And it's the preparation and the process is less about us, less about the blessing and more about us. Like Joseph, David, I almost said Daniel, but David, Moses, children of Israel, like God didn't change his mind about the blessing, especially with the children of Israel. The blessing was already, the blessing was already established. He said, y'all gonna go into a land flowing with milk and honey. He told Pharaoh, let my people go so that they can worship me. You was already you're gonna be free regardless, whether they wanted you to be free or not. So that, let's just start there. And then secondly, you're gonna go into the land of milk and honey. But what did the children of Israel do? If you don't know the story with Moses, the children of Israel, Egypt, slavery, all that. And the synopsis of this is that the children of Israel was in slavery. God's people were in slavery for 400 years. When they got free, they went through the wilderness. That journey, some say 11 days, some say 40 days. I really think it's 11-day journey turned into 40 years, but you know, read the Bible. I could be wrong. So that journey was supposed to be a short journey. They were not supposed to be wandering all that time, but they were wandering all that time because although they left slavery, slavery had not left them. It had not left them in their heart, in their mind. Like slavery had not left them. So them people was struggling and tussling with the enemy in them. And they missed it, okay? They was complaining all the time. They wanted to worship idols. That's where our famous verses come from, where God says, do not create for yourself any graven images. Do not bow yourself down. I will curse you to the 4th generation. Like, your kid's not even here right now, but they're going to be cursed if you do what I'm telling you not to do right now in this text. And yeah, God sent some of his spies into the land. He sent 12 spies. Moses sent them into the land where God said, you will go into the land flowing with milk and honey, because the slave mentality was in their heart, in their mind, behavior, in their mouth, in their ears. All they could think about was being slaves. When it was time, they was like, oh, those are giants. We can never enter into that land. We can never. God said go. What do you mean we can never? If you don't get your butt up. Okay, so then, nonetheless, these people are our ancestors, because I'm associated with the Bible and the Bible only. I don't know about this other stuff y'all be doing, but these people went, the 12 people went, only 2 people came back with the real report. Whose report you believe? And these 2 people came back with the report of the Lord, and the other 10 was like, we cannot go into this land. And you know what God said? You said, you absolutely right. Y'all is not going into the land. But the 2 who gave the honest report of the Lord that said, God said that land is ours, let's go get it, those 2 went. But them other people, they didn't go, guys. They didn't go. So I say that to say God was preparing them, but because they just would not
They just would not line up with God. He said, all right, I got something for y'all. He said, okay, I got y'all. Y'all gonna stay right up in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and let the people who want to go. And they're gonna go. And they did go. Joshua and Caleb sure did win the promised land. Them people sure did die in the wilderness. So, baby, you better go through the process. Because if you don't go through the process, it's not very much in between, if you know what I mean. I'm really funny, but I'm really not trying to be funny. Like, I am so serious. Like, I'm so serious. If you do not let God process you in preparation, prep you for the process, girl, you're going to miss it. And I would hate to see you miss it, okay? I will hate to see that. Like, I don't want to be in the midst of that. Is the makeup giving something right now? Okay, girl, hey, Alexa, what time is it? Okay, yeah, we got to go. Okay, let's do these brows. Oh, give me a second. Okay, now it's time to do our brows. But yeah, that story blesses me, okay? The children of Israel. But then if you want to talk about Joseph, if you want to really talk about Joseph, we could talk about Joseph, because Joseph, now some people may have their inputs about Joseph, but Joseph was the favorite, okay? If I'm not mistaken, Joseph was born from Rachel, whose father worked 7 years for his uncle to get Rachel, but then his uncle played him and was like, nah, bro, you cannot marry my youngest daughter right now. Like, you gotta marry the oldest daughter first. And so Jacob, he got played, y'all. Playing around with God, he got played with, okay? He I am actually kind of funny. Why is this camera so funny to me? But Joseph, I'm really trying to do my brows on camera. Let me see. Okay, I got this little cute mirror. I'm about to do it with this. But it's a little double-sided mirror. You see? I'm gonna do it with this side. But Joseph, if I'm not mistaken, right? Girl, I can't ask Alexa because she probably gonna use AI. But yeah, Joseph's dad loved him because he was a son of his old age. And so, you know, y'all know when y'all parents be having kids young and then they have that one kid later, it's like that one kid later don't got to go through as much as the older kids had to go through because the parents were super strict, had to keep them rings on them. Joseph was the youngest. So Joseph probably got away with a lot of stuff. He ain't had to work. He had to just go. The dad said, go get him some food. He said, all right. Dad said, go check on him. He said, all right. Like, you know, he wasn't a man of having to use his hands when his brothers had to be that. And so I think, you know, it's very true. Like, the brothers was mad. I'm sick of you, little boy. And then you always telling back, reporting, like, stop telling. But I'm gonna be honest, I think that's just a younger sibling things, because I used to be always telling on my sister. I mean, not always, but just like, why she did that? I just think I was telling because the audacity of you, like, the audacity of people sometimes, you know. Anywho, nonetheless, Joseph's brothers hated him to the point they wanted to kill him. But his brother, one of his older brothers, I think the oldest brother, he was like, we cannot lay a hand on him. That is our brother, but we can't sell him into slavery. Now, Joseph comes before the children of Israel because it is Joseph that gets them into Egypt. And once they get into Egypt, that is where the children of Israel begin to become established. And it was so many of them that they enslaved them instead of, you know, being like, hey, you can go. You guys are really big. They was like, no, we're going to use them because the person who caused them to be slaves didn't know that Joseph was so prominent in the time period that he was. So it kind of backfired later because the lineage or the next generation didn't know. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's how I'm going to say it. So, yeah, Joseph was sold into slavery, and we talking about preparation, right? So before he was sold into slavery,
we know that God was speaking to him through dreams. He did not have the interpretation of dreams, so he had no idea what his dream meant. He just was excited to share his dream. I'm gonna stop telling people your dreams, okay? But that's not for today. So yeah, he had a dream. He told his family. They was like, so we gonna bow down to you? What do you mean? Girl, God didn't show him the process, the preparation, okay? God did not show him that. Because many theologians say, I do not be, I'm so excited to say this. I always wanted to say that. Theologians say. But yeah, Joseph had to go through that process. And many theologians say that if you recognize what got him into slavery was his ability to have dreams. What gets him out of prison of one of the processes of his preparation was his ability to interpret dreams. So he had a dream with no interpretation, but as he went through his process and his journey, he began to be able to process his dream. So that was a part of going through the process and the journey. Like, God is working some stuff out of you. Can you imagine being your dad's favorite? What type of attitude, what type of mentality, what type of behavior would you be on? So yeah, I'm pretty sure there was some pride in his heart, you know? Maybe. Like, think about it. Think about if we was our parents' favorite child, made us a nice coat. We didn't have to work. We just, wake up, roll out of bed when we want to. Dad said, go report. We're going to go report. We're going to come back. Can you imagine? I just put myself in there, okay? That's why it wasn't me and it was Joseph, because baby, they would have killed me because I would have been like, the audacity of you to throw me into a pit like I'm an animal. So anyway, Joseph went through what he went through. He was imprisoned. He was lied on, falsely accused by Potiphar's wife because she wanted to sleep with him. He didn't want to sleep with her. He respected the fact that he had a position when he should have been the low of the lows. He was in the house. He was, favored with everyone. So she wanted him. Maybe some will say she had a little Jezebel spirit. But yeah, y'all making me take a long time on these eyebrows. So let me be quiet. Let me come back when I'm done. Both of my eyebrows look kind of crazy, but that's why I go with this saying sometimes. The brows are sisters and not twins, okay? The brows are sisters and not twins, and if you forgot that, then that's on you. But I'll be the first one to remind you. Anyway, so where was we? With the story with Joseph and his brothers, season of preparation, Potiphar's wife lied on him. When she lied on him, he took his tail right on the jail. But while he was in jail, he still found favor, because that's just like God. We don't deserve favor. Can't even earn favor. It just is on you, This makeup is probably looking crazy, but we're going to go with it. You know why we're going to go with it? Because we have somewhere to go. And makeup is for fun, Makeup sets you apart. I don't know if they told you. I'll be the first one to tell you. If 5 people came in and one girl had her makeup done, I'm going to just be like, dang, she got her stuff together because she did her makeup today. That's me. That's why I'm not on the hiring teams for nobody, because I'll be hiring the people with the makeup. Like, girl, it's an art. It's fun, but it's an art. The art really about it is that it takes time. So you took your time, which means you value that. And if you value doing your makeup to come to this place, then that means you're going to value coming to this place, right? I don't know. People who don't do their makeup, and I'm not judging y'all. I'm not judging y'all. When y'all don't do y'all makeup, I just be like, dang, that is lit. But people who don't do their makeup, that's it. Y'all lit. Okay, y'all lit. I'm going to just leave it at that, because I don't want y'all to think I was trying to judge y'all or nothing. I'm not judging. Y'all don't do y'all makeup. y'all be rested. I'll be waking up early in the morning. I was woken up early this morning, and I'm trying to figure out how I ran out of time today, because I've been up for hours. So when y'all say something about the girls with their makeup on, just be like, dang. And sometimes we just be late, okay? And I can't be late today because somebody vouched for me, and I need to make sure I'm where they asked me to be when they asked me to be there, okay? Just pressing this powder. I probably look like a clown, but I don't even care. Makeup is supposed to be fun. Some days it's not fun. It's more stressful than fun, but I gotta make sure I'm not here when my husband get back. So there's that, okay? And I'm actually about to, I'm done with my makeup now. I'm not even putting on no mascara so I can make it to this event I'm going to, because I cannot represent people wrong. That's not me. But if I didn't finish the story about Joseph, we got plenty of time because I'm going to come back for another one. But just know the process of preparation. First of all, you're getting prepared for the blessing. You're getting prepared for I hate to say it. Ooh, hope you don't be mad at me. But you can even be prepared for trials. God could be preparing your heart for a trial, okay? Trial of trusting him. Trial of getting that doubt out your heart. Trial, okay? Because sometimes y'all be looking at the devil, and the devil be like, I was over there. I wasn't even over here, but I'll take the credit, because whatever causes you to doubt God, I'm all for that. So, hate to say it, but sometimes we got another story about Job. You know, that was God. God pointed out Job. But again, we got plenty of time, and I just want y'all to know, trust God, go through your process, believe God that whatever the process is, whatever the journey is, whatever the preparation is for, you ask for it. Maybe you'll stop asking for stuff. Get over here. Shut your begging self. No, I'm just kidding. But you did ask for it. And so in order for you to get it, God has to prepare you. Prepare your heart, prepare your mind, prepare your ears, prepare your eyes, mouth, taste, all of it. You got to be prepared. So you begin to taste the blessing. You begin to taste the capacity that he's giving you. You be able to. Okay. But I love you guys. I know that you know that I love y'all, because I keep coming back, and content might be terrible. Lighting might be awful. Background might be hideous to you. Cringy. But I keep coming back. You know why? Because I'm on assignment. God is preparing me for something, and this is one of the avenues. But I just want y'all to know, if you don't know already, God loves you. God sees you. He hears you. And most importantly, he's with you. He is the God that is there. Okay? And so I just want to, hopefully this was good to y'all, because it was good to me. I don't even think I'm going to edit it. I'm going to just slap it all together and post it for you. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Okay, the makeup is eating down. Look at this lighting. All right. The lighting is fire. The face is fire. Fire today.